All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform, where they give us back-to-back updates on how things they be, on how things they share for Biafra land and beyond. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Also, remember to like and share this broadcast too. All right, my wonderful people, the latest one with the boss brains at the moment right now. We say yes, Martin Namdi Kanu once again has been denied transfer to QJ prison as in debut now. My people, this is what we are getting currently as the latest one. And my people, it is very sad and very heartbreaking that this is what it has come to, that this is what these people have decided keenly to mainly do against the movement of or the betterment of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. It is one of the things that they keep doing, and it shows that every single thing that we keep doing, every single thing that that is trying to be done or being made, every action being made is actually being countered by them because they do not want the progress. They do not want anything that looks like the progress of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu or the Biafra movement. That is what we are getting at this moment because we see no reason whatsoever why up till now Mazin Nnamdi Kanu would keep on, like he would be steadily denied the request of him being moved to Kuje prison because at this particular point I believe that he has reached that particular extent. I believe he has reached that point of where he needs to be moved. He needs to be moved for his health safety, for things to actually become better for him. But then it has appeared that these people have evil thoughts in mind. They have always had this, and it appears it is always working. One thing that they have not understood up till now is that the fight has not ended. We are not stopping at any point in time to do anything. The main thing is that they are just making us want to put more pressure and to do more things to make sure that we get what we want, and that is what we will do. Since they want us to fight, and then since they want us to fight, we will surely fight. Since they want us to do a whole lot of things, those things they want us to do are what we'll actually do, and it's going to actually affect them on a whole new level. The fact that they've insisted on keeping him, where he is without any good reason, because there is no reason whatsoever. Instead, we have a better reason why he should even be moved, but then they have stuck and have disagreed and have hated on everything we have been putting on, and they want, the only thing that matters to them is what they want, and what they want is for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu not to survive in the DSS prison, and it is not going to work out. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, MNK, is going to survive all these things because he is stronger than each and every one of us. He's stronger than anything that they think they would be able to put against him. He has already been poisoned. He has already been, a whole lot of things have been thrown at him, but it has not worked out, and nothing they try to do will even work out because he is a blessed man. He's Onya Agozi, and someone that is as blessed as that, someone that Chukwu Kike cares about, cannot be allowed to just go away just like that. No, it is not possible. Even in the least, nothing of that sort is even possible at all. And so at this particular moment, it is going to really, really have a very huge impact in everything that is going on right now. And so, my people, that is what we have to let people understand at this moment, is that every single thing that is going on right now, every single thing that is being done at the moment is for the benefits of every single thing that we've been working towards. But then these people have the guts, or they are working against everything we want to, or everything that we've ever wanted. And I don't think it is something new, but then it is what we will have to work towards, and to make sure that these people do not succeed in what they are doing. They do not succeed in whatever it is they keep planning towards and against us. We make sure that everything would work out for us and not for them, because it appears that they are working keenly against it, and that is what is happening. You're a terrorist, first of all. That's what Nnamdi Kanu has blasted the LG lawyers in court. He said that the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, caused a stay at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Yes, after his fresh request to be released on bail was refused. My people, you don't see her, so it is not a new thing. It is something that has been there, and of course.
Let me read that again. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. If you haven't shared the broadcast, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you haven't liked it, I don't know. I wonder if you are with us. But I believe that anybody who is with us at this very point in time should be hitting the like and share button in order to make this very, gospel to go viral. Now, let me take this again because it's very, very, important. Now, the result of the Biafra self-referendum shall be considered binding under international law as a definite statement of the intentions and aspirations of the Biafran people. Now, that this very self-referendum, this Biafran self-referendum shall be considered binding under international law, shall be binding under international law as a definite statement, Wow. Of course, we all know the meaning of definite, definition, definitive or whatever, as a definite statement. So, when you have that kind of strong word in between, it has actually explained it all. As a definitive statement, sorry, I've been making mistake. As a definitive statement of the intentions. I love that word that is in between, definitive. So no argument, it is sure. So, of the intentions and aspirations of the Biafran people. Intentions, what is our intention and our aspirations? Our intentions and aspirations is just to be free as a free people. Very simple. We all have one collective aspiration and intention, which is freedom. Only one. Over 70 to 80 million Biafran people worldwide have one intention and aspiration, as you can see during this ongoing self-referendum, whereby over 40 million Biafrans have voted already, and it's still counting. And this is just the second phase of the referendum. We have not gotten to the third phase, and the third phase and the first phase are always very, very critical. I'm going to explain it. The first phase is when a particular thing is being announced. When something is announced, it is new. I want you to follow. Just give me your attention, please. Very, very important. When something is announced, then it is new. It is very, very new and tantalizing. Everybody wants to get his or her own share, because this is a new idea and it is very, very calling. It is very, very tantalizing. So I want to have my own share. The first phase is always like that. Now, whether it has second phase, third phase, fourth phase, fifth phase, or whatever, any amount, the last phase, the last phase is always the sherry. The sherry. The last phase is always a rush, because you don't want to miss out. That is the target. Your target to rush to vote is that, hey, time is running out, and you don't want to miss out. Time is running out, and you don't want to miss out. So second phase, as we have only 3 phases, first, second, and third. This second phase, in everything, not only in the referendum, in everything you do in life, if it's divided into 3 stages, second stage is always slow, because the people who voted in the beginning will have their own time during the second stage to do their own things, and other people who have not voted, who are still busy in one thing or the other, will be waiting, say, okay, we still have time, I'm going to do my own, I'm going to vote, we still have time. Yeah, I think it's ending. The third phase, they said the third phase is beginning from in August. They are starting the third stage in August, so this is June, of course I still have my time. You'll be waiting for that. You'll be waiting for the third phase, because you are still busy doing something. But once the third phase enter, boom, everybody in a hurry, in a rush. So we are expecting even higher amount of people, even higher number of people to come out and vote during the third phase of the self-referendum. So for the fact that you have between first and second stages, over 40 people have already voted. Now imagine what will happen before the end of the second phase and the beginning to the end of the third stage. Imagine what will happen. So now, and as we all can see, over these 40 million Biafrans that have voted already, the intentions and aspirations of these 40 plus million people that have voted already is only but one thing, which is freedom of Biafra. So now, that is what this statement is talking about. So then, hereby resolved, this 24th day of June 2024, OEAS, they said, there will be an emergency state of the Union press briefing with the BIAGIE international lawyer, Dr. Levy, and the Biafra Prime Minister, of course, Mazi Ekpa Njoku Otrizum Mangu 1. Wow. This is huge. This is really huge. This is very, very huge. Now, who are these let us see who are these. Who are these OEAS? Who are these OEAS? Let us see who are these OEAS. Organization of Emerging African States, OEAS. So who are these OEAS? Let us see who they are. First of all, this is their logo. The Organization of Emerging African States, OEAS. Okay. All right, let's continue. Let us keep searching. Who are these OEAS? I think we have to go to their website and check who they really are. Let's go to their website and check who they are. OEAS. If you have any idea of the OEAS, please let us know in the comment section, or of course let me drop the number. Let me drop the number on your screen so that those of you who would want to call in and make your contribution will be able to call and make your contribution. Very, very important. If you want to say anything as I'm making my research, you have every opportunity to call. The number is right there on your screen for you to call directly on WhatsApp So you can, of course, make your contribution and tell us more. Now, this is the website of the Organization of Emerging African States. Organization of Emerging African States, they said about us. I'm not going to read a lot. I just want us to see what they are up to, what they can do, and what is this organization all about. You can see this is about us. The OEAS is a NGO dedicated to freedom in Africa. NGO dedicated to freedom in Africa. Our principles are encompassed in the Washington Declaration of 2010. Our principles are encompassed in the Washington Declaration of 2010. This amazing document provides a roadmap for a free and prosperous Africa united in freedom. The OEAS is a registered non-profit corporation based in Washington, D.C., with a General Assembly of States planned for Juba, South Sudan. Then they say prospective member states and organizations seeking consultative status may contact us at our contact email address. Now, this is about OEAS, the Organization of Emerging African States. Now, what these organizations, of course, they are domiciled in Washington, D.C. So, what they do is to help and push the narrative, the desires, the aspirations of every people in Africa that want to be free from the colonial enslavement. That is what this organization is all about. As you can see here, they also made mention of Juba, South Sudan. So that is what they do. And of course, when they come out and recognize what you are doing, it is not going to end it's not going to end on top of their own table. They are not just there to recognize you. I still believe that there are still other things that they can offer. There are still other things they can do in terms of pushing your narrative to the world. As the Prime Minister of the BRGIE always say, and I quote, that our fight for freedom is multidimensional. It's multidimensional. As we fight on ground, we also fight diplomatically. Very, very important. Very, very important. Now, as if this is not enough, I have already made a record of these very, of this very news that I'm bringing right now to your screen. I have already recorded it during my pre-recorded broadcast this very evening, whereby LA Weekly is currently reporting the Biafran matters at the moment in the United States of America. Biafrans, a people in diaspora longing for a home to call their own. Longing for a home to call their own. For hundreds and even thousands of years, Africa has borne witness to huge moments in human history. Current scientific evidence points to Africa as the cradle of humankind, and why there is a debate on where exactly in Africa humans first emerged. The continent still plays a central role in the origin of the human race. Africa is also a land of turmoil, a land of turmoil, with the West and East African slave trade unleashing huge devastation on the continent people. Various colonial empires partitioned Africa among themselves. They partitioned Africa among themselves. Started with their meeting was it Berlin? Berlin, yes, Germany. In 18 something, they partitioned Africa at our own absence, without our consent. They divided our lands. They invaded us with guns and bullets in order to join us together. That is the chaos you have today in Africa. Now, they say, why the remaining local kingdoms waged war against each other, ethnic and religious conflict persists even in the post-colonial era. Now, let me bring you to this place. Let me bring you to this place. Yes. Look at here. They said, more than 50 years since the end of the Nigeria Civil War, the continuing ethno-religious tensions and underdevelopment in the region of Biafra, have resulted in a Biafran diaspora with millions of Biafrans leaving Nigeria for a better life overseas. In the United States alone, only in America, there are 4 million Biafrans. 4 million Biafrans. Do you know that there are some countries today, there are some nations today that are not even up to 4 million people? Are you aware that there are some countries today that are not up to 4 million people? Even in Europe, there are some countries that are not up to 4 million people in Europe. But we are talking about Biafrans, only the ones in America. Not all the American continent, not all the North American continent. We are talking about those in the USA, United States of America alone. The ones in Canada are not counted. The ones in other North American countries are not counted. Now, when you go to South America, South American continent, we are in millions over there. We are in millions. Now, if you bring Biafrans in Europe as a whole, including those in Britain, we are more than 15 million in Europe. Now, if you go to other African countries, all over African countries in Africa here, we have more than 20 to 30 million Biafrans outside, in Africa alone. I'm telling you. Because only Biafrans in South Africa, I don't know if there are more than this 4 million. I don't know. I'm serious. I'm serious about this. I don't know. I don't know how many there are. Now, let's continue. They say there are 4 million Biafrans in the USA alone, despite the country no longer existing for over 5 decades. The dream for an independent state still remains, with a Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, declared in 2023, with Finland-based Simon Ekpa as its prime minister, along with 200 cabinet ministers and liaison offices in many different countries, especially those with significant Biafran populations. Back in Nigeria, Biafrans have been holding civil disobedience campaigns in protest. What are these civil disobedience campaigns we have been holding in Biafra land that the United States of America media outlet has recognized? That very civil disobedience, the number one of them all, if not the only one or the main one, is the sit at home that the enemies have been fighting so hard to stop. Are you paying attention? Somebody say Luxembourg is 600,000. Thank you. Let me bring it to the screen. That is what I'm saying. There are some countries, even in Europe, that are not up to 4 million. And somebody is telling me that Luxembourg is 6,000 people. And I learned, I read one thing. I don't know if it's a documentary or what. I don't know. They said that Luxembourg is is it the richest country in Europe? Or I don't know. There's something there. Is it the richest country or what? Something like that. Can you correct me, those of you that live in Europe? I saw something sometime in the past that said that Luxembourg is, so another person say Malta is 400,000. You see? And now, this Luxembourg that has 600,000, I heard that they are, I don't know if it's richest or what. There is something they control as the biggest in the world. Somebody say in the world. Thank you. The richest country in the world. Not even America, not China, not France, not Germany, not United Kingdom, not Russia, not France, not Dubai. But Luxembourg, small Luxembourg, I don't know if they are up to my village. I'm not sure if they are up to my village. But they are the richest country in the world. I don't know if it's by GDP. Probably by GDP or something like that. I don't know. And they are 600,000 in population. And they have no oil. They have no oil. They have no gas, no gold. Now, in Biafra land, we have oil and we have gas. The gas in Izombe, many of you do not know the reason of the senseless buying of our people in Izombe over the years. The gas in Izombe, based on rating, is the largest gas deposit in entire West Africa. And since it is in West Africa, that means it is Africa as a whole. Because there is no any other country that has biggest gas in Africa than the zoo. If you join, if if you match them with Biafra and Niger Delta, the Niger Delta, where they call Niger Delta. So if you match them together, no country has the biggest oil if not in the world. In the world. Because I can tell you, tell me how many states in Russia. Russia is deemed as the richest oil producing country in the world, right? Good. Tell me how many states. I don't know what they call in Russia. Is it state or county or province? Tell me how many states in Russia today that produce oil in large quantity. How many are there? How many states produce oil in Russia? Those of you that live in Russia, if you are here listening to me right now, I need an answer. How many states are producing oil in Russia? Of course, if you go to Google today, you ask the top 10 oil producing country, Russia, America. America was told that the only place they have oil in America is in Texas. In Texas. So even if it's big, or I noticed that states are big, the American states are like countries. But even if they are big, but at least they are one state. It is one state. So, but in the zoo, do you know how many states producing oil in the zoo? Let me count them based on the the names given to them by the zoo. River State is there. Cross River is there. Akwa Ibom is there. Imo State is there. Abia State is there. Bayelsa is there. Delta State is there. Edo State is there. I don't even know Ondo State is also there. Ondo State, I think Ondo State is among the Niger Delta. Ondo State is there. Now, Anambra State has been recently added. Oil is found in Enugu State, which we shared the video sometime in the past, around 2020 or 2021, where fire was, I don't know, I don't even know. They said there is huge oil deposit or gas deposit under the ground because we saw the fire all of a sudden. Now, if you calculate all these states, there are about 12 to 13 oil producing states under the zoo. Now tell me, how many states? I don't know. It's like there's nobody from Russia is watching this live broadcast. I'm looking at the comments. I'm waiting for people from Russia. I want to know how many states are oil producing states in Russia. How many states are oil producers in Russia? Let me know. Somebody said that's gas in Enugu. Nwere onwe mu Biafra. Nwere onwe you change your afa gi. Onwe afa njiwe malogi before. So now you see how many states? About 12 to 13. Yet they are not even rated among the top 10 oil producing countries in the world because of what? Corruption and the money from the oil is not being shown, not just in the country, but also among the citizens. It's not shown. So now you see, Enugu, they say Enugu is gas, fine, very good and fine. The oil, the gas in Izombe is the biggest in entire West Africa. And if it's the biggest in West Africa, that means it's the largest in Africa as a whole. Of course, I understand you are the one, Mazi. I can see your picture. I can see that. So now, what is this? Look at this place. They said, Biafrans have been holding civil disobedience campaigns in protest. And what is that? They sit at home. That they have been fighting to stop for the past 3 years. They failed. The zoo government kept silent. The Southeast governors kept silent. The Ohanes and Dioshi kept silent. All the politicians, House of Reps, senators, everybody kept quiet. Nobody talked. They pretended as if the sit at home is useless.